Okay, I think there are a few issues, a few questions that are still owe you an explanation. The first one, how can we perform plastic surgeries on the graphs, and then how to save the graph and then as picture or even PDF file before pasting on Microsoft Word. So maybe I randomly open a previously done exercise, maybe exercise 3. Okay, so maybe I do a graph on log real earnings by race. So I just randomly do a bar chart. Okay. So the mean of real per capita income, I will just do it over race and then nothing under there. Okay, now let me first click submit. By the way, if the difference between OK and submit is if you click submit, this small window would not disappear, it will still stay. Okay, oh sorry, wrong variable. It should be log earnings 1. Apology. Okay, log earnings 1. Okay, submit. Okay, and then maybe I should rather do it as vertical. Then I can explain the plastic surgery skill better. Okay, vertical. Okay, and now I can explain a few plastic surgery skills. The first thing you might wonder, it's hard to read these y-axis values, and then you might want to have an interval of, let's say, 3,000 instead of 5,000. Okay, so maybe I also want to label the y-axis better. So what are we going to do? So these are the plastic surgery skills. By the way, you can even change the color of the chart. So let me do a few random examples. You click bar. Maybe I can change it to, just as an example, yellow color. And then the outline color could be like black color. Accept. Submit. Do you see the difference now? Okay. And then the y-axis, maybe I label it better. I would say mean of real earnings. Okay. And then let me click submit. Do you see the difference now? Let me also fix the y-axis. So you can click here, major text label properties. I can specify range and delta. So I'm going to tell starter minimum is 0, maximum is 5,000, and then 3,000. Delta, I think it means the difference between two consecutive values. Yeah, you can see from 0 to 3,000, 6,000, 9,000. And then I think there is one more thing I can tell you. The labels, I can change the angle to horizontal. Accept, submit. Do you see the difference now? Okay, but you can play around with these plastic surgery skills actually. Okay, and then I can click OK. So this is the final version, and now how can we save it? So first of all, we save it. You have different options. You can save it as, let me save it on the desktop. You can save it as a starter graph. If I save it as a starter graph, I can open the graph directly from Stata. Let me save it as a starter graph. Okay, close it and close Stata completely. Okay, let's say you go home to sleep after working hard for the whole day, and then the next day you come back. You can double click the graph, the starter graph. So if I save it as a starter graph, okay, what's going on here? Okay, maybe I should first open starter 14. File, open. My starter graph. Where is it? Is it here? All files. Graph. Where is it? Okay. Okay. Okay, here it is. Okay, if you open if you first save it as a starter graph, and then the next day you open the starter graph file, then you can have access to the starter graph without opening the actual data file. Okay, so this is the interesting thing when you save it as a starter graph. And then if you want to save it as a picture, then from the starter graph you go to File, Save As. You can save it as a picture. I would normally prefer TIFF option. Okay. And then you can even save it as a PDF actually, which is quite interesting actually. PDF, save. Okay. Let me close Stata. And then you can see the graph is saved as PDF file. Okay, that's quite interesting. And what if you work on the actual essay? Let me just randomly open a blank Word file. Okay, and then I would say figure 1 something. I'm not going to waste time on the labeling. You know it stands for the mean real earnings by race. Insert picture. Remember, I saved the starter graph as a TIFF picture file. I save it on the desktop. Graph. Okay. And obviously you have to adjust the size. Okay. So I hope that's going to help you. Okay. On your research assignment. Okay. So I answered this question. And then the next question is, if you have run some commands, how can you save the command? So it actually has to do something with something called do file, actually. So open Stata 14, and then maybe I randomly open the first exercise. C drive data. Okay. Okay. Remember, we have done a few commands. Rename variable 1 as year. Rename variable 2. I actually don't remember what variable 2 stands for. Let me open. Okay, it should mean CPI actually. Okay. And then what are you going to do? What are you going to do with these commands? Okay, so you select the commands you want to save. Let's say I click on these 3. You need the help of the control button. So I save these 3 commands. Okay. And then this is the do file editor option. So you click on that. Obviously it is blank. Then you paste. Okay. Then you can save it as a do file. Okay, let me save it as, okay, I still save it in the C drive data. Let me call it XXX. Okay, just a random name. Okay. Okay. And then I close it. Okay. Let's say I'm done with my work today, and then the next day I come back, and then my colleagues ask me, oh, what have you done the previous day? Can you share me your do file? Okay. Then I would open the actual data. And then now how can you access to the do file you have saved the previous day? Then again, click on this new do file editor. I don't need this blank do file. So now I must look for the do file I saved the previous day. So this is the one XXX. Now you can see I have saved all my commands, and then the point is how can you run these commands? So in other words, I want to run those commands so that I would rename the first 2 variables. So what you could do is just highlight the commands you want to run, and then click this one, execute, the selected commands. Okay, you click once, then go back to the actual data. Do you see Stata has run the commands on your behalf? Okay. So what I have done is, in your bootcamp folder, you would see a do file called untitled. So in fact, I save all the commands from question 1 all the way until the end. Okay, and then there is, so for example, if you want to run these commands, then highlight the commands you want to run and then click execute. And then there is one important feature. If you want to type some notes to remind yourself on certain things, you can type the notes, but you must start with these asterisks, and then you can see it's no longer a command. You can see the change in the font color. It becomes green color. Then actually, by typing the asterisk, Stata would know this is not a command. This is just some notes, personal notes for yourself. Okay. So when you have time, you can go through all these commands. Okay. Okay. But we still have a few more exercises to do, so please don't just do the lazy copy and paste or just execute the command. I still hope we would manually type the commands, okay, for meaningful, constructive learning purposes. Okay. Okay, and then the last thing I owe you an explanation is once we run a regression, how can we save the regressions automatically on Microsoft Word. Let me delete those starter graph files. Okay, so now I want you to go back to your Eco 701 folder, lecture 13 folder, actually from eCanva, and I want you to copy. Okay, and then by the way, I want to explain the programming file, do files. Okay, so this is called outreg. You need these two outreg files saved on your starter 14 before you can automatically save the regression. So you copy these two outreg files and then you go to your C drive, program files, starter 14, do. Let me stop slowly. Okay, starter 14, do, base. Okay, now you see all these folders, and now outreg starts with alphabet O. This is why you have to paste the two files here. Okay. Okay, so they are there. Okay, so I think we can run the regression definitely. Okay, and then save the regression. And then the next thing is I want you to copy this IQ starter file and then the IQ do file. Okay, and then save it in the C drive data. I want to do some demonstration actually. Okay, and then I also want you to open Microsoft Word. Okay. Okay, have a blank Word file and then also save it in your C drive, the data folder. But there is one drawback with the outreg command. It can only accept Microsoft Word file as the old format actually. 97 to 2003. Okay, let me call it 1 or something. Okay. Okay, so this is a blank Word file. Let me close it. Okay, and then now I want you to open that IQ file. So I have got, I think it is about a regression on your IQ level explained by your gender, age, and area type of residence if you stay in urban area. So go to your do file editor, your IQ do file. Okay. So the first line, I think we know what it means. It means open the IQ starter file. The second one, I want to run a regression. Regress IQ, which is a continuous variable explained by age, female, and the urban dummy. So I execute. So this is my regression. And now the point is, how can we save the regression as tabular format? Okay, so I demonstrate 4 examples. The first one, so I'm using the outreg command, outreg2, and then I specify, oh, please save the regression table in this Word file, the blank Word file we have saved earlier. And what do these stand for? Sideways. It means I want the regression table to show the coefficient, standard error, and I want these two parameters to be located next to each other. So this is what sideways means. And then no parentheses, and then 3 decimal places. Okay, so let me run this command. Okay, and then I open the Word file. Okay, so this is what sideways means, and then the asterisks are here. Okay, but some would prefer to put parentheses or square brackets or round brackets for the standard error. So we have got the next option. Okay. Or some would prefer the long format. So let me run this second one, long format. So it actually means your standard error will be shown below the coefficient. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is the long format. Okay. Next one, sideways, but I want parentheses for the standard error. So let me run this command. Okay, you see the parentheses. Last one, long format, and I want parentheses, and still 3 decimal places. Okay, that's it. And then unfortunately, this command would not include the adjusted R square. So